everybody, this is Sherry with CPR, Craft, Pray, Repeat, and I wanted to do a video letting you know that I will be doing a group swap. I've had some ladies, really very talented ladies, that do not have many subscribers yet, and I thought this would be a really neat way for me to introduce them to you guys by doing a swap. And they're going to be, here's the deal, there'll be 4 people in a group. You're responsible for sending 2 die cuts of 5 different dies, which means a total of 10. Okay, you are not required to send me one, but if you could make it so that I could open the package, so that I could at least share with everybody, you know, what you sent and what you made, that would be a great way to show, you know, the community what kind of crafter you are. Okay, so I made a couple samples, and I'm going to start by sharing those with you. The first one, now mind you, I am not very good at Shabby Chic, okay? So, you know, keep that in mind when you look at this. Alright, here's what I made, and this is how this package is going to be, would be sent. It's in a plastic bag. It's wrapped in tulle. There's a little like foo-foo-y flower that I made out of the tulle here on top. I put a bling with a rose in the center. And then if I was to take the tulle off, the bag would look like this. And I'd open the bag, and I would take out these. Now, everything needs to be wrapped individually. Please do not put 30 die cuts in one bag. I'm not going to be able to, you know, get them apart. It's not going to look very professional. And the point of this is we want your die cuts and your presentation to look as professional as we can, so that, you know, you put your best foot forward, because we're going to share these with everybody and put links in the description box so that everybody can come check out your channel. Now, yes, the requirement is 2. I couldn't do just 2 probably if my life depended on it. And I put toppers on all of these ones. They've all got different toppers on them. This one is actually, let me zoom in here a little bit. This one is actually 2 doilies. There's this cut that you can see right there. And then there's this design here that you're seeing the back of it. It's pink as well. And, you know, I can open it. See, this is what I'm talking about, so that I can open it and share it with everybody what you sent. And so here's the one doily, and this is from Stampin' Up. You know, you can put where they're from if you want to. You don't have to, you know. And there's the second one. And then they just slide back in here like that. And then when you get yours, you can take out your die cuts and store them any way you want and reuse the packaging, so that, you know, this topper doesn't go to waste. You can use it on anything you want. And I've got it's double-sided. Now, because this is the back, I glued it down more, because I left the front so that, you know, you could pick it up kind of like that if you wanted to. Okay, so here's the first one. The second one is this, and I made several banners, and I added extra banners. And then if you put the banners together, they spell out the word create. So I just wanted to And then here are some extra ones so that you can add one at the front and the back if you want to. you know, but you're not, you know, I didn't want to send just 2. My way of looking at this is, if you are going to send something that has, you know, it's one step, like this little banner here. Okay, if you're going to send something like this, you know, then, you know, that's that simple. You need to send more than just 2, okay? I mean, you know, send what you would want to get. Would you want to get, you know, 2 of these? Or would you want to get that? You know, you would want to get the word and the extra ones in case you wanted to add something. So, you know, keep that in mind when you are, you know, doing your die cuts. You know, if you want, you don't have to spell out a word. You could put the die cuts with a set of alphabet stickers so that they could make it personal for whoever they end up using the dies for. I mean, that's a wonderful idea too. So, you know, again, just give what you would want to receive. And these again go back in here. It seals closed. It'll come to you looking all nice and pretty. And then, you know, you can take your die cuts, put them wherever you know, store your die cuts. And you've got a nice little bag here that you can reuse and, you know, for another swap or whatever in the future. Okay, here's the next one. And, whoops, sorry, wrong way. And this is just a set of envelopes. It's got a pretty bow topper. And again, I left the top so that you could pop it up a little. The back is down just a little bit more because I didn't really figure you'd be able to lift up the back because it would be laying flat. And I cut out 2 of these envelopes. And the thing is like, if you're going to create something with Shabby Chic or whatever, try to use that paper on the entire, you know, set. That way it all coordinates and they can use it for other things. And that's what I did with this. I used one particular, I can't think of the name of it, paper pad, and then I cut a little, let's see, 2 by 3, 2 1/4 by 3 note card that goes inside. And there's 2 of these. So because it took time to put them together and all of that, you know, I put 2. You know, had I just, you know, and I would prefer that your pieces be assembled as best as you can. I mean, this is a little envelope. You would have known how to put it together. It wouldn't have been difficult. But, you know, I went ahead and put these together. Here's the next one. And there's, I mean, once I got going, it was just so easy. And I was just cranking them out. I think there's 5 or 6 of these dies in here. I love this oval die. And then I've got another topper on it that matches. And again, it's, you know, hooked at the bottom so that you can, actually it's hooked on the side. And so that it can be opened back up. Because I didn't have the right size bag for this one. But, so again, I mean, you can reuse everything. Now, the next to the last one is this. And this is just a large doily. I used the same paper that I used for all the other ones. Let me see. I think there's 4 in here. I mean, if it's just one layer, you know, please try to send more than just 2. I mean, you know, if you're going to put things together, then 2 is sufficient. I mean, that takes a lot of time. But if you're just cranking out 1 layer die pieces, try to send it, you know, more than 2. You know, do it the way you would want to receive it. And then I just used a border punch across the bottom and folded that over. And here is the last one. And I used this topper And what I did for this is, it's a box, and it's one of the Big's XL dies, so it can be cut out of heavyweight chipboard. So I've got, here's the one I already worked on. Okay, I've got it so that it's all ready. It folds in. Here's my tape right there. Tape it down, you know, and then like that. And then because I didn't know, I thought, I wouldn't want just a plain box, plain white. I cut out 2 out of designer paper that if you wanted, you could either cut the piece and layer it on, or, to just lay over top and just do parts of it, or you could tape it to the entire box like that, and then and this, would be your box, like that. So, I mean, that's what I did for this. And because it is a box and it would not have shipped well, had it been put together, it would have been, a lot thicker of a package. I left them unassembled. I made sure all the score lines were creased and there, and I put any adhesive right here and right here that needed to go on the box. So when my recipient would get it, they could decide if they want to do it just white. If they want to do it just white, then great, they've got 4 of them. This one might not be quite as sturdy as this one, but it would still look really pretty. And there were several ways they could do it. Okay, so this is my Shabby Chic set, and you saw how it came assembled and put together, and then it had the tool so that it can be reused. I want you to try to think of ways to make it everything as usable, friendly as possible. So this is all one piece, with the exception of the one here that I tied around to make the extra part of the flower, to make it more round. So, I mean, that would be one set for each person, okay? Here is a Christmas set. Now, our categories are critters, Christmas, Shabby Chic, or anything goes. Now, I'm going to try to show you what I'm talking about, so that you're not confused and you have an idea. And on this one, I tied it with some red tulle, which will slip right off and go right over the top here. There's 2 of these, and because they're so big, I just put them in a separate baggie, and I put white boa across the top. I did 2. Would I do 4 of these? No, it's a layered die cut. It took time, and they're really large. So, 2 would be fine. Then I made a envelope flip, and I used some Christmas paper, and I had this little snowman. I only had the one because these are just samples, but I don't know where I got it from. I've had it in my stash for years. And so you open it up like that and like that, and it's also covered on the back. But if you open here, I put a little notch right there so you can reach in. And because it was a small die cut and it was only 2 layers, I did 4. Here's Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus in a silhouette. And you could have done 4, but I figured because it was such an intricate and it took me time to poke out all the pieces, that 2 was fine, okay? Then here's my snowman, and he's got several layers to him. So I made 2 of them. See? And he's got that snow fur stuff that you heat and it puffs up. And I put glitter paper on him. And so, I mean, 2. Because it had detail and things to it. And so then those would slide right back in there. Then you'd go to the next pocket. open that one up. These ones say Merry Christmas, and there's, I think, 3 of them in there. And then this one says North Pole Airmail. And because, again, because it was just a simple 1-layer die cut, I cut out 4. Because I figured, you know, that would be, you know, it was something that didn't take me any time to do, and it would be a really nice die. And then here's the last set in this one. And they're these little mittens. It's 1 layer and then the cuff. That was it. So I did 2 sets like this. And then if you flip it over, here would be the 3rd set. And I cut, where they're kind of squished right now, but I cut a boa to go across the top for like fur on a mitten. Okay? It goes back in here. So, I mean, I'm hoping that you understand what I'm saying. If it's a more detailed die cut, do 2. If it's something that's very simple and easy to cut, and it's just 1 layer, or even just, you know, a 1 layer with 1 other thing added, you know, then try to do more. Do what you would want to receive. But you are required to do 2 of 5 different, you know, different die cuts. Now, I went and I was going to do a critter set, and I've not been feeling well. So I thought, okay, I'm not going to, you know, make a whole presentation. I just thought I would show you kind of what I have in mind for this. And so I've got, you know, here would be 2 ducks. It's 1 die, but they're 2 different designs. So, and they're layered, and I chalked the cheeks and everything. And so what I would do is say, this is 2 ducks. This is 1 set right here. You know, then I did a penguin, you know, and I would do another penguin, you know, and say, okay, here's 2. You know, here's the cow. He's got several layers. This one's cut out of felt, you know. So yes, it is going to be, you know, 2 cows, because it took time to put him together. All right. So that's what I'm talking about when I say critters. And I mean, it can be dogs, cats, squirrels. You know, here is a squirrel. I show it in another video, but here's a squirrel that I'm working on, or that I made a card out of. You do 2 of them, okay? And so, I mean, because the critters are going to be probably a little more detailed than, you know, some of the other die cuts, especially, most likely, the Shabby Chic ones. And then for the anything goes, I have these little glasses. Now, I just cut out 4, or I didn't cut them out. I already had them sitting here. And so I would cut, you know, it was a die that has 4 sets. I would run it through 2 or 3 times and send 8 or 12 pair, because it's easy to do. And this way, if the person wants to layer them to make them thicker, they have the pieces to do it. All right. So there's something you could do for the anything goes. And next would be these little donuts. You know, if I'm going to send donuts, you know, it's just 2 little layers. I'm going to send, you know, 4 of them. And I just used a souffle pen for the little sprinkles, and they're done. You know, and then I've got, you know, this doll. She was a lot to put together. So if I'm going to do her, I'm going to do 2 of them. And have 2 like this, and 2 other ones. I mean, anything you want. You can use your lawn fawn. You can use cottage cuts. You can use the dies you buy online at eBay, or, you know, Holler, or whatever those places that everybody's getting them from. You know, whatever you have, you know. And I could have done my Peking Santa Bear for the Christmas one, or I could have done him in the critters. So, I mean, it's really up to you. All right. But I just want you to really be considerate of your partners, and know that if, if you're, you know, if you're getting it, how would you want to get it? You know, let's, you know, try to think of it like that. What would I want if I was getting it? Would I want, you know, these two pairs of glasses and nothing else? Would that be what I would want? No, I wouldn't be, and I wouldn't be happy. So, you know, just keep that in mind, guys. And because this is my first hop like this, and I'm trying to help other people get the word out about their channel, and to help, you know, share some really great channels that I'm aware of, I'm trying to keep this small. So I have 4 groups of 4. You need to write that you want to be included, and whether you want to be in Critters, Christmas, Shabby Chic, or anything goes. Alright, so that's all you have to do, is write that you want to be in and which group. And, you know, once it's filled, guys, I will have to stop it. But I will do it again if it works out and it's something that I can do. You know, I really do want to help other people get their channels started. You know, I know that when, you know, I first started, I would have appreciated someone doing this for me. So I want to do it for you guys. So just remember, put your best foot forward, because everybody's going to see what you send. And that's going to determine whether they go and check out your channel or don't check out your channel. Alright? But they need to be die cuts. Okay? They can be from your Cricut, your Silhouette, your Cameo, Scan and Cut, you know, whatever. Or they can be from any type of regular steel rule or flat die. Alright? I will let you guys go so you can start signing up in the description or in the comments below. I will make sure I put the directions as best as I can in writing in the description box. Alright? Remember to practice your CPR, craft, pray, repeat. Thanks for visiting me today, and happy crafting. I love you all. Bye.